to New Sphere Business. My name is Ronald C. Hughes. Today I'd like to talk to you about how to do telemarketing. First and foremost, a lot of people are very confused about the difference between telephone sales, or selling over the phone, and marketing and telemarketing and telephone selling. But a couple quick things is tele comes from the Greek. It means distance. Selling means is how we take a product or a service and barter through the position where somebody gives us money or something else in exchange for that product or service. So selling at a distance basically is what telemarketing or telephone selling is about. First and foremost, marketing and sales, the difference is that when we're talking about selling, we're talking about asking someone for the order and taking some sort of form of collection. When it comes to telephone marketing, what we're usually trying to do at that point is stir an interest in the product or service. Now, most people have some sort of negative connotation around telemarketing because they've been approached by someone who didn't do it well. And when I say they didn't do it well, I mean that what happened is that the position wasn't marketed. It wasn't structured well. And because of that, what happens is people think that they actually had a telemarketing call. Someone calls you up, doesn't introduce themselves, tells you, spiels at you, that really wasn't a great telemarketing experience. Usually what telemarketing is about contacting an individual to find out whether or not a product or a service meets enough of their needs to warrant further movement. It's not the type of thing that you need to send a brochure on, or a brochure wouldn't probably be accurate for it. It's usually the type of transaction where the customer needs to have a little bit of information, and you need to have a little bit of information about the customer before such time as you move forward. Usually it's about setting up an appointment, or inviting someone to a seminar, or about trying to get further pieces of knowledge about whether or not your product or service fits that sector of business for them and for you. So it usually has a win-win in it if you're actually looking at a good structure. First and foremost, a lot of people don't do things that are acceptable within that. You know, it's sort of like the idea that you have salespeople come at your door, they knock on your door, they say, "Sorry to bother you, I'm not selling anything," and then they go on and try and sell you things. Those positions, how we actually structure our communication, is ultimately the most important factor when it comes to telemarketing. What happens to the individuals who are doing it is also important for you to understand. How to perform well in telemarketing is first to slow down. Each and every communication, you're talking to another individual. Now, what happens to a lot of people who are involved in telemarketing is they make a number of calls and they put no or little effort into it. After a while, what happens is you get no or little return out of it. So it's important that the structures are in place. An introduction, an initial interest statement, something to capture the interest of somebody who would be in a position to buy or look at in further detail your products or services. Signpost, you have to indicate how the conversation is going to be run. A series of questions have to be asked as in any sales presentation. An initial offer needs to be made to express how your product or service or your envisioned meeting will benefit this person, without a lot of detail about the product or service or mission of the business at this point. And then finally asking the customer to commit to doing so. And usually, taking some sort of commitment on that point about what they would do if they're not going to attend. Look, it's not that much like rocket science. It's something that should be very simple and very easy to do. I'll have other videos in here that will help you to understand the structure around the type of questions to use, and the type of presentations that you can make, the ways in which you can do it, and unique offerings that you can place out there. I'll do those later, but in the meantime, if you found of use, please rate and comment on this video. And if you would like to contact us, don't hesitate to do so. Our details are here on the system. Just go onto our homepage of News for Your Business. The company is called Contact Ignition. My name is Ronald C. Hughes. Our telephone number is Ireland, and that's 353. Our telephone number is 0876-439-816 within the country, or drop the 0 if you're from without. You'll find those details on the website. Thanks very much. Have a good day. Goodbye.